Right folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join us in the wild landscape of Scotland. And for today's adventure, we're in the lower lands of Glen Esk here, and this road said Esk, I think. And yeah, there's often cars parked at this lay-by and stuff when I go up the glen. So today we thought we'll head up here for a little walk and just see if there's any cool history or artifacts of history that we've never seen before on the channel. Today we're joined by Highlander 87 out here, but also today we're hoping we can dodge any shooters or any shooting which is going on. Yeah, the bridge doesn't look the safest, does it? There's a mad little waterfall and stuff here, and it's just a pure paradise scene. I'm not sure how far these roads even go over the glen. This is a proper spontaneous adventure on the channel, folks, and often this is when we find the coolest things. So yeah, let's get into action. We've got the autumn scenes with these leaves coming off the trees. All these mad colours at this time of year. Check it out folks, we're still following this little tar road here through the wild glen, and we could see folk up on the faraway hill. It looked like they were way to be shooting like clay pigeons or something. So yeah, we were almost turning around and going back, but we decided just to keep heading up this track because there's apparently like a monument up here. We could see it on last week's adventures, but we're just trying to basically find a track to see if we can see the monument or see if we can find any other abandoned history along the way. Glen Esk is full of some cool old historical wonders. Wee adventures like this, walking on roads you've never been. It's just crazy when you don't know what's round the corner. And obviously we're coming here with respect to like the gamekeepers and the shooters. Check out folks, we can now actually hear them shooting. They're shooting down there at that faraway field. The guns is popping off. We're just heading a bit further to see what this sign says. 1 kilometre to Milden, or 5 kilometres to Tarfside. So you would think that monument must be somewhere around here. Like, how can we not even see that? Check out folks, Highlander 87's away to put his drone up and see if he can spot this monument. So then we've got an idea of what direction we should go. The gunshots is popping off at the far side. On this little mound in front of me, I think we've got remains of some old abandoned history. Yeah, a lot of people say on the videos in America they've got guns, in Britain they didn't have guns, but see the areas we explore, there's a lot of shooting, a lot of guns, kids, so it's probably just as dangerous. There's as much chance of getting shot in these glens as there is in like LA or something. So you always have to be vigilant and respectful of the goings on here in the countryside when you're out exploring. So yeah, we're away to find out where this place is folks, and then I'll update you. So we're now coming back down the road folks. Shout out to this gentleman in front of us. We asked him where the monument is, and he kindly told us it's actually located on the top of this hill up here. And it used to actually be the old road used to actually go over the top of the hill here at Glen Esk. So the old monument must have been next to that. So we're on a secondary route now, secondary adventure, to see if we can even see where that road may be. Look at the character of this old mill here folks, and actually it's proper cool because it's still got the old water wheel on the side. Obviously I'm not wanting to go poking about in case it's like a private residence. I think it's maybe somebody's house. But it's amazing to see that, the old water wheel and stuff still on there. So yeah, madness. Beautiful Scotland at its finest. And there's actually like, there would have been a head of water up there with like a lead, and then that would have come down and fed the water wheel and turned it. And if you lived there, you could have the water wheel turning like a generator inside your house. Free electricity folks. Check this out folks, we've now moved the car and driven round to the opposite side of the glen, and now we're heading up to the top of this hill on this random track, hopefully to see if we can see this monument which kicks about. Even to get an idea of exactly where it is, it's quite difficult. We can just a general area that it may be located. And yeah, apparently the old main road went over the hill, so that's a cool wee story of history as well to add to the channel and to the story of Glen Esk. Check this out, folks. We've come up through this mad landscape at this side, and it is just crazy. We always think we're going to go for an easy walk, and then sure enough we just end up going full send into some of that landscape. It's like head height overgrown wilderness and then boggy land between, and we're thinking surely if we head up to the top of this ridge here, the historical wonder will be in sight. This has been a crazy, spontaneous adventure today, folks, and we didn't actually research or try and pinpoint on a map where this monument was. We just know that we have seen it from the far side of the glen at a certain time. We were basically just trying to locate it on the land in today's video, and we're totally way out here in the wilds. It's typical in these adventures, folks. We just end up in the craziest of lands trying to find this history, which so far is just not around. So check it out here, folks. We're about to follow this fence line here up onto the tip of this wild hill here where the gate is, but it could be one of those hills that's got like false summits. You get a wee bit higher and you still can't see, but we're basically trying to pick a route here so we can navigate the land without walking through the deep heather, because it's a proper difficult surface to actually walk on. So look at this, folks. We've come further up to the peak of this hill and there's still no sign of this elusive monument. So basically we'll have to just do a plan B on this adventure. There is just no way that it's here. I just don't see it. We've literally walked miles today, folks, at a couple of different sides of this glen. Look how special and unique this view is. Wow, the hill's almost that purpley brown colour as the heather starts to die back all the way around. This incredible view, and I'm guessing that monument must just be like over that hill there, and that's how it is on these adventures, folks. You often end up just going over one more summit, round one more corner, and then before you know it, you've walked about 50 miles. So check it out, folks. We're just theorising that this is actually the old road over the hill here on top of the hill. And yeah, in the last clip I said we're away to head back down, but you know how it is on this channel, folks. If anybody turned off the video, they'll have actually missed this, because we didn't turn around. We're away to head on further with this adventure, because we decided just to see what is over this ridge in the land. Because surely, like, we know the monument's definitely somewhere. It's just mad how difficult it is to see it and to find it. But we've obviously come up the wrong road from the glen once again. But yeah, you can imagine if this was the old main road over the hill in the ancient times, like how wild it must have been in the winter and stuff. Back in the days of the horse and carts, the ancient days of civilization on these lands. So check it out, folks. We've just literally seen the tip of the tower and we've made it to the ancient historical wonder. It's so cool to come and document stuff like this for the first time on the channel, and it just shows how back there it was worth keeping on pushing on. We've probably not even gone a mile from that gate and we've actually made it to the ancient wonder. So yeah, let's get into the action. So the cool thing with this spontaneous adventure, folks, we've got no idea even what this tower was built for. We just know that it was here, and as we've tried to make a journey to find the tower wherever it was located, we've actually found out this is the old main road up here over the hill. So it is cool, by looking to find out more about one piece of history, you uncover so much more. And yeah, we've just about made it to the summit of this hill, and here is the tower. Yes, folks, check this out. We've made it. This is the first time we've seen it with our eyes, and it's the first time we've ever documented this on the channel. And we've literally gone on such a mad mission to even see this thing. Here, it looks so cool with that mad scenery behind. Look at those cliffs away in the distance. Wow, this is incredible. It looks amazing. Yeah, Highlander 87's taking the path. BKR is going as the crow flies, because I was just loving seeing the monument with this incredible backdrop behind it. As I approach, it's just surreal. It's like walking about in some mad, like, fairy tale land. We've had to dodge so much adversity today, going up the wrong road, and then even all the shooting and stuff that's going on today. to finally make it here. Such a special place in the land. And last week we went to an abandoned cottage way out in the middle of the moor at the other side, and we could see it. We could see this monument from there. And ever since that day we thought it'd be so cool to come over, but we didn't even plan to do it today. We were in the Glen doing another wee adventure at an abandoned house, and I can't even believe it, we've made it to the side of this location. Wow, check it out with that backdrop behind it. Wow, real Scotland, folks, once again documented. Look how it's built onto that bedrock lump there. What is inside here? It looks open. Wow, look at this, folks, a wee chamber. There's like a little seat and stuff inside here. I'll get the torch on. Aye, it's written here, folks. Look, I'll read that in 2 seconds. Check this out. It's had like a wee square. I'm not sure if that was a window or a lookout at a certain time, but look how much years of history and names are scored in on these walls.
St Andrew's Tower.
Wow.
Erected 1826.
It was built in 1826, folks. That is just the maddest thing. Wow, we're inside it. Can you even believe it? I didn't even think you could get in such a tower or a monument. Wow, and imagine you were needing shelter out on the hill. You could sit in there maybe through a storm. Yeah, so folks, it tells you on this plaque above the door, the St Andrew's Tower was erected in 1826, and it was made big enough to actually accommodate 2 to 3 people. And you can kind of see it, like it's pretty small, but these stones have been built here on the floor. I'll try and sit down, I'll take my bag off. You can imagine how the people may have travelled back in the day over the hill. Imagine resting in here through a storm. Look, it's too tight for 2 or 3 people. I'm sitting in here and it's proper, like, too small. Highlander 87's coming in, it's too little.
There's no way a third person.
I'm gonna get out of here, there's gonna be a room here, bro.
Check, you're on the best seat.
Check this view, aye, that's like the #1 seat in the tower. Look, there's been another door here at a certain time.
All the graffiti.
Yeah, from years and years. Wow, how mad is it, folks? We've managed to find this location. How mad is it we couldn't actually find it for so long? We've literally travelled around this glen trying to search for it, trying to find it. And look how it's built on this stone, which actually features a high quartz content. It's actually a magical big stone here. Ken, what it looks like? It could be a boulder rather than bedrock. Wow, it's so special. The way it's constructed with the stones. See that? That's the Masonic symbols on the top of there. That's what it is, obviously, a Masonic tower. Yeah, this is just magic, folks. Look at the different ores here and stuff in the land. Yeah, it's one of the few Masonic houses or something to have a tower, it said on that sign there. I've got my bag inside. I'm going to fly my drone about as well in a minute, once we get Highlander 87's footage here. Yeah, I'm just blown away by how it looks, with that incredible view behind it, and how rugged and wild those faraway mountains are. It's almost got a blue, purple tint to it with the atmosphere. It's the craziest real history of Scotland once again. I'll get my bag. So it looks good in the drone footage, folks. We'll close the door. There he goes, Highlander 87 taking off. So check it out, folks, it's super windy, the wind's gusting now, and I'm not going to bother flying my drone. Highlander 87 got a few clips there, but aye, literally it's just like a steady, constant wind, and I'm not wanting my drone to get blown away down the glen. So I've got a couple of pictures of this I'll include at the end of the video. It's just magic to see something 1826 constructed at that time out here on the hill, and it is just hardly known about. I've not seen a lot of people up here, and see, even when we tried to find it, it's quite difficult to find, and even from the main roads and stuff you can't even see this. But once you're at this mad higher altitude you can see it, and you can just see such an incredible view all the way around. And then, yeah, I'm not sure if they had a reason for actually building it on this mad light white quartz stone here. Wow, this is just breathtaking. There is actually a crack leading up through the structure, I can see. Think of the weight of stones up on top of this bit here that you go inside. Check this out, I'm getting a couple more shots here, folks. A couple of pictures I'm going to include. And look, Highlander 87's kindly holding the door so I could get a photograph looking out over this heather hills and moorlands of Scotland. Yeah, there's years and years of graffiti and stuff in there. It's just super interesting to see that, even the doorstep. Maybe people that's been hanging out here over the years, whatever else. Maybe a good camp spot up here. This would be a good area. You could hire a wee tent set up over by the trees or whatever, or even here with the views all the way around, looking down Glen Esk and then all the way up this area. It's just mind blowing to see, and I love how these far away hills look in the distance. Yeah, and then we've got this, it's another mad tower, and we've visited a few towers over the years. Yeah, 1826, it's crazy. Whoa, I nearly slipped. There's like that licheny, mossy kind of stuff on top of this, but it's just a massive chunk of quartz basically. I'm wanting to go down here, folks, for another look of it from this angle. Just check it out, eh? It's mind blowing no matter where you see it from. This is maybe actually the coolest angle of it down here. Wow. Yeah, it's just, you wouldn't expect it. And yeah, we have been at the Malls Monument and other such like places nearby here in the lands of Glen Esk, but Glen Esk's just full of historical surprises. And on this video it's been so cool to come here after trying to find it and wondering if we would see anything. Just going that little bit further, we've been able to capture the footage, and another abandoned wonder on the hill here. Maybe not so much abandoned, but certainly out here in this wild land, getting pounded through the storms, and I can see the cracks in the bricks. I'll get a close-up of that. See here, folks, this crack here leads right up through the structure, and you could actually follow it all the way up, but then you consider the weight. The crack starts right at the joining of these slabs. So Highlander 87 has just been reading this, and he says that a lady actually sadly lost her life trying to find this place. What year?
1827.
1827. It was a storm.
The tower was built.
Aye.
Miss Catherine Douglas.
Miss Catherine Douglas, folks, and she lost her life trying to find this tower in 1827. And that just shows the adversity to get into a piece of land like this. A storm or something must have struck, or you can often get bad blizzards and crazy winter storms. That shows also credit to this structure, what it stood through. And even today you can see that wind gusting. Well, you can't really see the wind gusting, but you might be able to hear it on the video, folks. And that's the reason I'm not really wanting to put my drone up. Yeah, it's just brilliant. What a cool place. And I wonder why they chose that exact spot. It is interesting, because it's mostly on top of that rock. See, when you look at it from down there, it just looks so cool. Because all you see is this madness with that on top of it. What an adventure, folks. What I think I'll do? I'm going to do a circle just around here to get a view of it for that angle. Check it out, folks. Since we've come so far to actually see the history, I'm just going to come a wee bit further up here and get it from all angles, because it looks so mad. The further back you come from a place like this, you can see how it's built onto that stone, and credit to the construction, it's still standing after all these years. And it's an interesting construction, but also the fact that it's hardly seen, hardly even known about. Wow. Check it out, folks. I feel bad now because I asked Highlander 87 to go round the corner so I could get a picture. That's part of being a YouTuber sometimes, to get the perfect angle, eh? But yeah, we'll head round. He's sheltering out of the wind. Whoa, I'm walking through this mad tick infested landscape here, folks. So I always promise you the coolest of locations on this channel, folks, and this is no different. It's a mad tower hidden out here in the wild lands of Scotland, almost gone and forgotten. The place of shelter and refuge on a stormy night. And yeah, it's interesting to share the history. 1826. built here, constructed, and today we're getting a wee shelter out of the rain, out of the wind I mean. There is the odd actual spitter of rain through the wind though today, so yeah, we're just making the most of the Scottish conditions. It is crazy when you look around, because some of the hills look proper light, and then you've got the next one that's just super dark. And then, like I say, farther away up there, it's like proper purple. The lands of Scotland, they're just so mad. And to come here and hang out here, it's just been so cool. So there we are, folks, we're leaving it in peace. The incredible ancient monument here on the hill of Scotland. That's a bitter cold wind blowing in, and it's getting super strong. So we're heading back down this track, and what a crazy adventure it's been. I just want to thank everybody that's tuned in and subscribed over the recent while. And yeah, we just keep these adventures coming. We always think we must have seen most of the history around, and then each adventure we just see something else for a future video, and this is one of them. A crazy little tower monument so far out here. It's been a special adventure, and it's been fun to come to it. Sometimes the hardest adventures, where you face the most adversity, is actually the coolest ones that you remember in the future. So check it out, folks, we've come through this gate and we've come off the mad hill, but when we came to this location we actually came through this overgrown wild terrain at this side. So for the way back we're just going to stick to the old road and see how far down it takes us, see where it takes us, because it's super interesting. At this time of day in Scotland now, it is actually starting to get dark. We're starting to slightly lose light, but also these mad dark storm clouds didn't help. And they make it a wee bit darker as well. But I'm just amazed by this view looking down Glen Esk for here. So that Masonic tower that we just saw built up there at the top of the hill was actually built by the Masonic Hall at Invermark, and the original weather vane from the top of the tower is actually still within that Masonic Hall up there, seemingly in a glass cabinet or whatever, and it's actually got a bullet hole or whatever in it. And yeah, Highlander 87 read the full article within there, so I thought I need to include that on the video so you know the full history about that. Yeah, the new weather vane still bears the Masonic symbols. It's quite an obscure location for the tower, and it is quite weird trying to find it, and it was just the maddest thing. And it's been so cool today on this adventure to document it. Check it out, folks, this secondary path takes us through the sheep field. And look, they're really friendly sheep. We can actually see at the far side. Yeah, the old road actually goes down that way. But we can see the shooters at the far side of the glen now, once again. Wow, I hope these sheep don't follow us out of this location, folks. We are proper going through this. Over the stile, I'm sure that's what you call those things. Put in for the shooting and the gamekeeping over the years. The sheep are taking a look at us thinking, what are these two maniacs even doing up here on the hill? But we are out here, folks, recording history, all conditions, all weathers. Yeah, look at this view. We're just coming into this like grassy pathway. So check it out, folks, we're back to this original little plantation here, which is shaped and designed for the feeding of the birds, like the game birds and stuff that they rear up here on the hill for the shooting. That's what shapes these lands often. That's how this long grassy areas are. It's all designed so the birds can have a good life up here on the hill until the moment of the shoot, and then they have to kind of hide. So many pheasants and stuff flying around in this area, folks, and they're probably hearing all the gunshots at the far side, and they'll be thinking that there is actually a shoot on today. But yeah, look at this land. It is literally like the land that time forgot. Sometimes when you're exploring in the remote locations, it's almost like travelling to planet Earth in like 1,000 years time. It looks like there's just no civilization left, and there's all these wee historical wonders just left and overgrown from nature. And yeah, this looks like the muddy side of the area that we're walking down, because the other side was proper green. This must be the side the gamekeeper comes up when he's feeding the birds. I think they get grain, but also they've got like water tanks and stuff as well for the pheasants. It's mostly pheasants, but there's all sorts of hill birds out there, like grouse, probably deer and stags. And then you get all the other mad, like birds of prey, foxes. Yeah, it's just a wildlife haven for wildlife out here in Scotland. Right folks, that's us back out of the plantation, down to the gate. So I'm going to end this video here. It was so cool to visit that mad Masonic tower up on the hill, built in 1826. And just to tell the story of that tower on the video today has been so cool, and to tell the story of the history around that tower as well. It's been so cool to find out as we explored, and also the fact we managed to document the old main road over the hill. It was just super cool to put all those pieces together. But anyway, we're just about back to the car, so I'm ending it here. Goodbye from me, goodbye from Highlander 87, and we'll catch you very soon in the next adventure, wherever we end up going.